Time is the one resource we cannot replenish. Every second ticks away, every hour passes, and once it's gone, it is gone forever. Yet, the difference between ordinary lives and extraordinary achievements often lies not in talent or luck, but in how we master the hours we are given. Imagine approaching each day with the precision of a genius, extracting maximum value from every single moment. Imagine ending each day with the satisfaction of knowing that you have fully harnessed your time, your energy, and your focus. This is not a distant dream reserved for the elite few. It is a skill, a discipline, and a mindset that anyone can cultivate. Today, we will uncover the principles that allow you to master every hour of your day like a genius, transforming ordinary routines into powerful engines of success, fulfillment, and growth. The first step in mastering your hours is awareness. Most people drift through their days, responding to demands, distractions, and notifications without conscious thought. Time slips through their fingers because they have never paused to consider how they are actually spending it. To change this, you must begin by observing your daily habits, tracking your activities, and identifying where your time is being wasted. Even small moments, scrolling aimlessly on social media, lingering in indecision, or performing tasks without purpose, can accumulate into hours lost every week. A genius understands that awareness is the foundation of control. Begin each day by asking yourself, how will I spend my hours today to create value, growth, and progress? Once awareness is established, the next principle is prioritization. Not all hours are equal, and not all tasks carry the same weight in shaping your life. High achievers understand that their focus must be directed toward activities that generate the greatest impact. This means making tough choices, saying no to distractions, postponing non-essential tasks, and committing fully to what truly matters. Consider the way a sculptor chisels a block of marble. Each strike is deliberate, each movement purposeful. Your hours are your raw material, and the way you allocate them determines the masterpiece of your life. Begin each day by identifying your most important tasks, those actions that will move you closer to your goals, and commit the first hours of your day to them when your energy and focus are at their peak. Discipline is the third pillar of mastery. Awareness and prioritization provide the map, but discipline drives the journey. Even geniuses face distractions, temptations, and moments of fatigue. The difference lies in their ability to persist, to return to the task at hand, and to maintain consistency over time. Discipline is not a rigid, joyless routine. It is a conscious commitment to act in alignment with your goals, even when motivation wanes. Create structured routines that support your objectives, whether it's dedicating morning to deep work, afternoons to creative pursuits, or evenings to reflection and learning. Protect these hours fiercely and watch how the compounding effect of consistent, focused effort transforms your life. Energy management is another often overlooked element. Time alone does not create results. The quality of your energy determines the quality of your output. A genius does not merely fill hours with activity, they optimize their mental, physical, and emotional states to perform at their best. This means prioritizing sleep, nutrition, exercise, and moments of rest and reflection. It means recognizing when you are most alert and channeling that energy into your most important work. It means learning to pause without guilt, to recharge without fear, and to respect the natural rhythms of your body and mind. By mastering your energy, you amplify the power of every hour you dedicate to meaningful action. Equally crucial is the ability to focus. In today's world, attention is under constant assault. Notifications, emails, and endless streams of information fragment our minds and dilute our efforts. To master your hours, you must cultivate the ability to concentrate deeply on one task at a time, to enter a state of flow where creativity, productivity, and clarity merge. Set boundaries, eliminate distractions, and train your mind to remain fully present in every task you undertake. Consider the genius who spends uninterrupted hours on a single breakthrough, rather than scattering effort across multiple shallow pursuits. The depth of your focus determines the depth of your results. Reflection and review are the final elements that transform time management into mastery. At the end of each day, take a moment to review what you have accomplished. Celebrate progress, identify areas for improvement, and adjust your strategies accordingly. This practice creates a feedback loop. that sharpens your decision-making and enhances your effectiveness over time. A genius does not merely act. They learn from every hour, every project, and every experience. Reflection turns experience into wisdom, turning ordinary days into stepping stones for extraordinary success. As you implement these principles, awareness, prioritization, discipline, energy management, focus, and reflection, you will notice a profound shift in your life. Hours that once felt wasted become opportunities for achievement. Days that once passed in a blur become milestones of progress. You begin to live intentionally, creating momentum and compounding results that propel you toward your goals faster than you ever imagined. Mastering your hours is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters most with precision, purpose, and passion. Remember, every hour is a gift, every minute an opportunity. The genius is not the one with more hours in the day. It is the one who uses the hours they have to their fullest potential. You have the power to shape your time, to define your routines, and to harness your focus and energy. Start today, commit fully, and embrace the discipline that will elevate your life. The journey to mastery begins with a single hour, a single choice, a single moment of focused action. And when you master each hour, you master your life. Most people move through their days on autopilot, responding to whatever demands or distraction come their way, rarely pausing to notice how their time is actually being spent. They assume that hours are being used productively simply because they are busy, yet busyness alone does not create progress, growth, or achievement. Awareness is the first step toward mastering your time, and it is far more powerful than most realize. To harness the hours of your day like a genius, you must first become a keen observer of your own actions, thoughts, and habits. Begin by asking yourself simple, yet profound questions. How am I spending my hours? Which tasks consume my attention without yielding meaningful results? Where is my energy being scattered, and where is it being focused? These questions are the gateway to transformation because they illuminate patterns that often go unnoticed, patterns that quietly dictate the outcomes of your days. Tracking your activities is one of the most effective ways to cultivate awareness. Take a week to record everything you do, from the moment you wake to the time you rest. Note the small moments, to the coffee breaks, the scrolling through social media, the brief distractions that seem harmless but silently erode hours from your day. This is not meant to induce guilt, it is meant to provide clarity. Awareness gives you the ability to see the reality of your time usage, unfiltered and unedited, and from this clarity comes the power to make intentional choices. Once you can identify what is consuming your time without adding value, you can begin to eliminate, delegate, or restructure those activities. Awareness is not only about identifying wasted time, it is also about recognizing the moments that generate the highest impact. Observe when your energy peaks, when your mind is sharpest, and when your creativity flows naturally. These are the hours that deserve your most focused attention. Genius is not about working longer hours. It is about aligning your most productive hours with your most important work. By becoming attuned to the rhythms of your own life, you can intentionally design your day to amplify results rather than drift aimlessly. Another layer of awareness involves understanding your mental and emotional state throughout the day. Notice when your mind wanders, when fatigue sets in, or when stress distracts you from your priorities. Awareness allows you to intervene before small issues become obstacles. By recognizing your state in real time, you can take corrective measures, pause to rest, recalibrate your focus, or redirect your energy toward meaningful action. This conscious observation is what separates ordinary productivity from deliberate mastery. Ultimately, awareness is the foundation for every other principle of time mastery. Without it, prioritization, discipline, focus, and energy optimization are built on assumptions rather than reality. By cultivating a clear, honest, and consistent awareness of how you spend your hours, you gain the power to reshape your days, reclaim lost time, and harness every moment with purpose. Awareness transforms the ordinary into the intentional, the accidental into the deliberate, and the wasted into the extraordinary. Life offers an infinite array of tasks, responsibilities, and opportunities, yet not all of them carry equal weight. The difference between those who achieve extraordinary results and those who merely survive each day, lies in the ability to discern what truly matters and dedicate time and energy to those priorities. Genius is not measured by the number of hours you work, but by the value of the hours you invest. To master your day, you must develop the clarity to recognize which activities will yield the greatest impact on your goals, your growth, and your life. Each day presents countless decisions about where to direct your focus, and without clear priorities, you risk scattering your energy across tasks that offer little return, leaving your true potential untapped. Prioritization begins with understanding the difference between what is urgent and what is important. Urgent tasks scream for attention. They demand immediate action and often trigger stress and anxiety. Important tasks, however, shape your future and move you toward meaningful goals. Many people fall into the trap of responding only to urgent matters, mistaking busyness for productivity, while their most valuable work is delayed or neglected. To master your hours, you must train yourself to identify the tasks that carry long-term significance and commit to them first, when your focus and energy are at their peak. This is the strategy that allows geniuses to create momentum, accomplish high-value work, and consistently move closer to their vision. Saying no is a vital aspect of prioritization. Every time you allow distractions, trivial requests, or low-impact activities to take your attention, you are saying yes to something that does not serve your goals. Learning to decline these interruptions is not selfish, it is strategic. It is an acknowledgement that your time is finite, and that the hours you devote to high priority tasks are far more valuable than those spent on inconsequential activities. By protecting your time with discipline and purpose, you create the space necessary for deep, meaningful work that produces exponential results. Effective prioritization also requires clarity of vision. Without a clear understanding of your goals and the outcomes you desire, you cannot distinguish between what is truly important and what merely seems urgent. Take time to define your objectives, break them into actionable steps, and identify the tasks that have the most direct impact on their achievement. Allocate your most focused, high-energy hours to these tasks, and treat other activities as secondary or even eliminable. This deliberate alignment ensures that every hour you invest is propelling you toward your goals rather than dissipating in distractions and half measures. Prioritization is not a one-time decision. It is a continuous practice. Life constantly shifts, new demands arise, and opportunities emerge. To maintain mastery over your time, you must regularly evaluate your priority, adjust your focus, and reaffirm your commitment to what matters most. This practice transforms every hour into a deliberate choice, every day into a strategic step, and every action into a contribution toward your ultimate vision. When you consistently place importance over urgency, depth over breadth, and purpose over mere activity, you unlock the potential to achieve more in a single day than most accomplish in weeks, months, or even years. Motivation is fleeting, often arriving uninvited and vanishing without warning. It can spark action, but it cannot sustain it. The truly remarkable individuals, the ones who consistently achieve results and transform their lives, do not rely on the unpredictable surge of motivation to reach their goals. They rely on discipline, a steady, unwavering commitment to take action, regardless of feelings, energy, or circumstances. Discipline is the engine that drives results when motivation falters, and it is the skill that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Every hour of your day becomes an opportunity when it is guided by discipline, because discipline converts intention into action, and action into progress. Discipline begins with structure. A genius does not leave the day to chance. They design it deliberately, allocating time and energy to the tasks that matter most. This requires creating routines and systems that support consistency even when inspiration is absent. By setting clear expectations for yourself, establishing daily rituals, and defining non-negotiable blocks of time for deep work, you reduce the reliance on momentary motivation and ensure that progress is made regardless of circumstance. Each action, no matter how small, compounds over time, creating momentum that propels you forward, even when the initial spark of excitement has faded. One of the greatest tests of discipline is persistence in the face of discomfort. Challenges, fatigue, and distractions are inevitable, and motivation alone cannot overcome them. Discipline demands that you push through resistance, that you commit to excellence even when circumstances are less than ideal, and that you maintain focus when every part of your mind and body is urging you to quit. It is the ability to do what must be done, not when it is easy, but when it is necessary. This consistent effort, applied over hours, days and weeks, is what transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Discipline also requires the courage to resist temptation. In a world filled with instant gratification, endless distractions, and competing priorities, staying focused on what truly matters demands conscious effort. Every time you choose to work on a high-value task instead of giving in to trivial impulses, you reinforce the neural pathways of commitment, focus, and self-mastery. This repeated practice strengthens your ability to remain consistent over time, turning discipline into a natural part of your daily life rather than a temporary struggle. Importantly, discipline is not rigidity. It is intelligent persistence. It is knowing when to push forward and when to rest, when to persist in effort and when to adjust your approach. It is the balance between steadfast commitment and strategic flexibility, ensuring that your actions remain aligned with your long-term objectives. By mastering discipline, you free yourself from the uncertainty of fluctuating motivation and create a life driven by intentional, deliberate action. Every hour you dedicate to disciplined action is an investment in your future. Motivation may fade, distractions may arise, and fatigue may attempt to pull you off course. But discipline is the constant force that keeps you moving toward your goals. It transforms ordinary routines into powerful engines of progress and allows you to master every hour of your day with purpose, precision, and unwavering determination. Time alone does not guarantee achievement. Energy determines the quality and impact of every hour you invest. You may spend countless hours working, planning, or learning, yet if your energy is depleted, scattered, or misaligned, your efforts will yield far less than their potential. Mastering your hours requires mastering your energy, the mental, physical, and emotional fuel that drives focus, creativity, and productivity. The genius is not simply the one who works more, it is the one who works at their peak, leveraging their energy to maximize output and achieve extraordinary results. Understanding, managing, and optimizing energy is the hidden skill that turns ordinary hours into powerful engines of achievement. The first step in energy optimization is recognizing your natural rhythms. Everyone has periods of peak alertness and moments of fatigue throughout the day. Some minds are sharpest in the early morning, others in the late afternoon or evening. Observing your patterns allows you to align your most important, high-impact tasks with your peak energy periods. When your energy is at its highest, you can tackle deep work, solve complex problems, and generate ideas with clarity and precision. Attempting these tasks during low-energy periods, however, leads to frustration, distraction, and subpar performance. Energy-aware individuals schedule their priorities around their vitality, not around convenience or habit. Physical health is a foundational element of energy management. Nutrition, exercise, hydration, and restorative sleep are not optional, they are essential investments in your ability to perform at a high level. Skipping meals, working through fatigue, or neglecting physical well-being may seem productive in the short term, but it drains your energy, diminishes focus, and reduces overall effectiveness. A well-nourished body supports a sharp mind, sustained attention, and the stamina to push through challenges without succumbing to exhaustion. Small, consistent choices like regular movement, balanced meals, and adequate rest compound into extraordinary energy over time, enabling you to make the most of every hour. Mental and emotional energy is equally critical. Stress, worry, and negative thought patterns consume attention and sap vitality, often without conscious awareness. Practices such as mindfulness, journaling, or short reflective pauses can restore mental clarity and emotional balance, allowing you to approach tasks with renewed focus and composure. Even brief periods of intentional stillness or deep breathing can reset your energy, giving you the power to tackle complex challenges with creativity and confidence. Finally, optimizing energy requires conscious recovery. Genius is not built on relentless, unbroken effort. It is sustained through deliberate cycles of work and rest, strategic breaks, moments of reflection, and periods of disengagement from high-demand tasks, Allow your mind and body to recharge. By respecting the natural ebb and flow of your energy, you maintain high performance over the long term rather than burning out prematurely. Mastering your energy transforms every hour into a tool of maximum impact. When your physical, mental, and emotional states are aligned and optimized, the hours you dedicate to important work are exponentially more effective. Energy management turns ordinary effort into extraordinary output, making your days more productive, your decisions sharper, and your progress unstoppable. In a world overflowing with distractions, the ability to concentrate deeply has become one of the most valuable skills a person can develop. Notifications, emails, social media, and constant interruptions fragment our attention, pulling us in multiple directions at once. To master every hour of your day, you must train your mind to focus fully on a single task at a time, to immerse yourself completely in the present moment, and to block out the noise that diminishes productivity and creativity. Deep focus is not simply about working harder. It is about working smarter, engaging with your work fully, and achieving more in less time with clarity and precision. The first step toward cultivating deep focus is creating an environment that supports uninterrupted work. Genius does not happen amid chaos or constant interruption. Designate spaces for concentrated effort, eliminate distractions, and signal to yourself and others that these periods are sacred. Even small adjustments, turning off notifications, clearing clutter, or setting boundaries around your time can dramatically enhance your ability to engage fully with your work. The environment you create is a reflection of the focus you intend to cultivate, in every intentional choice you make reinforces your commitment to high-level performance. Equally important is the practice of single-tasking. Multitasking may feel productive, but it fragments attention, slows progress, and diminishes the quality of your work. When you immerse yourself in one task at a time, your brain enters a state of flow, where creativity, efficiency, and insight align seamlessly. This state allows you to tackle complex problems, generate innovative solutions, and complete work with a depth and precision that scattered effort cannot achieve. Single-tasking is a conscious decision to honor your time and the value of your energy, ensuring that every hour spent is an hour of meaningful progress. Training the mind for deep focus also requires discipline and patience. Distractions will arise, your attention will wander, and temptation will challenge your commitment. Each time you notice your mind drifting, gently guide it back to the task at hand. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to sustain attention for longer periods, deepening your capacity for high-level thinking and performance. The repeated act of refocusing builds mental resilience, sharpens clarity, and empowers you to approach your work with unwavering commitment. Another critical aspect of focus is intention. Begin each session of work with a clear purpose. Define the outcome you wish to achieve and visualize the steps required to reach it. This clarity of intention channels your energy, guides your actions, and minimizes wasted effort. Focus without purpose is simply activity. Focus with intention transforms hours into achievement. Mastering deep focus transforms your relationship with time. Hours once lost to distraction become concentrated periods of accomplishment. Ideas are executed, projects are completed, and progress becomes tangible. By cultivating the ability to immerse yourself fully in the present, to engage deeply with meaningful work, and to protect your attention from fragmentation, you unlock the true power of your hours. Deep focus is the key that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results, allowing you to achieve more, think more clearly, and create a life of purposeful success. Reflection is the silent force that transforms experience into wisdom and action into progress. Many people move from one day to the next without pausing to consider what they have accomplished, what they have learned, or where they can improve. The hours slip by and lessons are lost, leaving potential untapped and goals unmet. To master every hour of your day, it is essential to create space for reflection, a deliberate practice of reviewing your actions, evaluating outcomes, and adjusting strategies. This is the process by which ordinary effort becomes extraordinary achievement, and it is the skill that allows you to continuously refine your approach and amplify your results over time. Reflection begins with a simple question: what worked and what did not? Take time at the end of each day to examine your successes and your setbacks, to celebrate progress, and to acknowledge areas where improvement is needed. This practice creates clarity, allowing you to identify patterns of effectiveness and inefficiency. By understanding where your time and energy produce the greatest returns, you can allocate resources more wisely, eliminate unproductive habits, and strengthen the routines that generate consistent results. Reflection transforms scattered action into deliberate strategy, turning every hour into an opportunity for growth. Equally important is the ability to adjust based on what you learn. Reflection is not merely an act of observation, it is a catalyst for change. Insights gained through careful review should lead to intentional adjustments in priorities, routines, and approaches. Perhaps certain tasks need to be delegated or specific distractions eliminated. Maybe a different time of day offers higher energy and sharper focus. The willingness to adapt demonstrates intelligence, flexibility, and resilience, the quality that allow a person to turn challenges into opportunities and obstacles into stepping stones. Adjusting your actions based on reflection ensures that every hour moving forward is more purposeful and productive than the one before. Reflection also strengthens awareness of your long-term trajectory. By regularly reviewing your accomplishments and setbacks, you create a broader perspective of your progress over weeks, months, and years. This perspective allows you to see how daily actions contribute to larger goals and how small, consistent improvements compound into substantial growth. Without reflection, it is easy to lose sight of the bigger picture, to be caught in repetitive cycles, or to measure progress solely by immediate results. By integrating reflection into your daily routine, you align short-term effort with long-term vision, ensuring that every hour spent is a step toward meaningful achievement. Finally, reflection cultivates mindfulness and presence. Pausing to review your day encourages intentionality in every action, reinforcing the habit of conscious engagement with your tasks, relationships, and goals. This awareness sharpens decision-making, enhances focus, and creates a sense of control over your time and outcomes. The process of reflecting and adjusting transforms the ordinary hours of your day into a powerful feedback loop, where every experience informs the next, guiding you toward continuous improvement, higher performance, and sustained success. By embracing reflection and adjustment as a daily practice, you turn time into a teacher, experience into insight, and every hour into a stepping stone toward mastery. It is the deliberate, consistent application of these principles that enables you to maximize your potential, make smarter decisions, and approach each day with clarity, purpose, and unstoppable momentum.